So yesterday the Deadpool trailer was released and we all got hope that 20th Century Fox could actually make a decent Marvel movie, and then they brought out Fantastic Four. Hi, I'm Rick, welcome to TMG Review, and today we're going to be reviewing Fantastic Four. I remember when the 2005 Fantastic Four movie came out with Jessica Alba and Chris Evans, and not that many people seemed to like it, but I actually quite enjoyed it. I may have been one of the only people that did. I mean, was it cheesy? Yeah. But I enjoyed it. I mean, yeah, it's no sort of Dark Knight or Winter Soldier, but it was a feel-good superhero story and it did have some funny moments. So I went into this movie sort of hopeful. I mean, I've already heard people saying bad things about it, but people hated the first one and I like that, so I might like this. No. This movie actually tricks you. I mean, you go in and it actually starts off pretty well. We get to see Reed Richards and Ben Grimm as sort of children becoming friends, and you just sort of think they're letting us learn more about these characters so we sort of care about them as the story goes on, and they don't do a bad job of that. I'd say the first third of the movie is pretty good. I mean, it's really good sort of setting up, learning who these characters are. So I thought I sort of had an idea of where this story was heading, and then about a third of the way through, everything just started to fall apart. The characters actually becoming sort of the Fantastic Four just seem to be taking real long, and not that that can be a bad thing. I mean, in Batman Begins it's really good, but in this it just sort of felt like it was dragging. It didn't seem to be going anywhere, and then that just carries on and on and on until almost the end of the movie. And this is a Fantastic Four movie, but we don't really get to see the Fantastic Four for the majority of this movie. Not to give too much away, but we only see them come together as a team as the Fantastic Four for like the last 30 minutes of the whole thing. And when they do finally come together at the end of the film, it just sort of feels like it's all a bit too little too late. It's almost like there's a big piece of the story missing, like this movie was meant to be much longer and they just sort of took a big chunk out of the middle, because you go from this really long origin story to them finally coming together without really much reason for it, and then yeah, it's the end. It's almost like someone sort of came into the editing room and just took out the middle of the movie. And it's a shame really, because it wasn't badly acted. I mean, the acting in this movie is good, it's just the story's terrible. And I get that they were trying to take a different approach from the first Fantastic Four movie, like make it darker, make it more serious, and I get that, but if you're going to do that, then have a decent story to run along with it. Because this wasn't a decent story. I mean, most of the time in this movie, most of the Fantastic Four aren't even together, they're just off doing their own things. And it's just one of them times where you just wish Marvel could get the rights back to these characters so they can make a decent Fantastic Four film. Even the villain, Victor Von Doom, played by Toby Kebbell, I mean, it's the same thing. He starts off at the beginning and you sort of get interested in his character. He's actually got a few sort of the best one-liners in the whole movie, which is a bit weird because he's the villain. And then they just forget all about that and just we don't see him again until the end. And I'm not going to spoil the end of the movie, but I just thought it was sort of like a big build-up, a really long build-up to this point, and it was just sort of a really big disappointment. It didn't really feel like there was much of a payoff. I wasn't sort of like really rooting for the Fantastic Four. I was kind of just like, is this over yet? I really want to go home. So that's a lot of negative. If I had to say one good thing about the film, I'd say Jamie Bell does a good job of playing Ben Grimm. I mean, that was probably the best storyline in the whole movie. I don't think it was enough to save the movie, but I definitely thought it was the most enjoyable one. So if you really didn't like the first Fantastic Four movie and you've been waiting for like 10 years for a decent one to come out, I think you're going to have to carry on waiting. So I give this movie a 2 out of 5. It's definitely missable, but maybe it's just me who didn't like it. Maybe there's actually people out there who really like this movie. If you've seen Fantastic Four, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Please don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel for our future reviews, and until next time, thanks for watching.